Hi, and welcome to Let's Play Pokemon Heart Gold Nuzlocke Randomizer. Uh, Odds are you either already know me in person and are watching this out of a very much appreciated sense of camaraderie, or you watched me close to a decade ago and saw this pop up in your YouTube notifications and went, oh, that guy's alive. I remember liking him when I was a teenager, and have clicked it. So to you I say, congratulations. Hope life is still going on well for you. It's going pretty okay for me, but life moves on, and that's why I haven't done this in a very long time. But, you know, the entire planet's under house arrest right now, so what better time to get really bored of the things you enjoy doing and do a different flavor of the things you enjoy doing. So that's what we're doing right now. I'll play some Pokemon, ramble at you all, and we'll all take our mind off of the other things going on in the world. This says touch to start. There we go. Done. As it stands, we are playing a relatively random Nuzlocke run. This is the first time I've done a randomizer Nuzlocke. This is at the request of a friend slash colleague who found out I used to do this kind of thing and has been badgering me for a while. So everyone say thank you to that guy if you are actually invested in watching this. So the rules I'm using are mostly just scalped straight from what he recommended. That means starter Pokemon are random, but are always going to be the first stage of a 3-part Pokemon family. Wild Pokemon are completely random, but have their standard types. Their movesets and abilities are random. Trainer Pokemon are going to be the same. I wasn't sold on that, but he convinced me that it's probably for the best, so that if I do fucking fail, we have a interesting repetition. When I get back up to it, I'll be facing more or less the same conditions, which will make it perhaps more dramatic when I, try again. If you're not aware, I am actually streaming this on Twitch. We have old mate Mungabless. Mungabless is my Twitch viewer, so everyone say thank you to Mungabless. He's motivating me to continue. Unfortunately, for me, Mungabless reveals a dark, dirty secret where I had actually been attempting this earlier today under a different set of rules and lost 6 times in a row before the second gym. So we're starting fresh with these slightly updated and refined set of rules. I mentioned that I had been told to do it with standard trainer mons. That is why I'm willing to give it a shot now. Oh wow, Mr. Pokemon heard about this weird thing called having children. Oddish, Turtwig, or Hoppip. Well, I'm going with a grass type, and I'm going to be honest, I actually like all 3 of these Pokemon. So I'm going to have to take a second here. Torterra is super cool. Everyone knows it. Torterra is just awesome. Hoppip is cool. Jumpluff is really cool. Skiploom, take it or leave it, but hey, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. And Oddish, Gloom, Viplume, and Blossom, everyone's fond of them. Look at his face. Look at his fucking happy little face. Everyone likes Oddish. But I think we kind of have to, if we're doing a randomizer run, there's no sense in using just a normal starter. So I'm going to make the ambitious choice of the worst Pokemon amongst them, Hoppip. Hoppip is not great, but hey, we're not playing this because we want to just like power through the world with legendaries. We want to use Pokemon we like and that we find cool, and Jumpluff definitely counts. So let's see what we are sitting on. Serene Grace. Okay, so that's fun. We are going to turn this thing into a fucking Togekiss. If you're not familiar with the rules of a Nuzlocke, which, really? I mean, I'm assuming that it's my Nuzlocke that you watched on this channel yonks ago. Either my super successful and actually completed Emerald version, or my abandoned on the wayside eons ago Fire Red run. But for those of you who need a refresher, a Nuzlocke means I can only catch the first Pokemon I see on any given route. any Pokemon that gets knocked out is dead and I can no longer use, which does make it possible to lose. I have to go talk to Mother. Hello, Mother. Please give me the gear. This game gives you the running shoes nice and early, thankfully. This is no Fire Red. Oh yeah, I know how to use my phone. Oh, you're going to tell me anyway. Thanks. Yeah, this is no Fire Red, where you get the running shoes after you've done the first gym, which is past Viridian Forest. Thankfully, we just have to get to the first town for the first time. Well, second town, but no one really counts the actual town you start in, except for everyone who does, which is a very reasonable thing to do. I think I've covered really all the important things. Not that there's anything important. This is us all just sort of hanging out and killing time, because there's plenty of it to kill. Well, I can't catch this Sharpedo, and nor can I catch anything on this route now. What a shame. But hey, free XP. You don't want to level up too much at this stage, because when you actually get the chance to catch Pokemon, you don't want to knock them all out in a single attack. So I'm probably just going to be running from the next couple of battles until I do the rival battle and get some Pokeballs after that. So let's hurry along to that stage of the game. And let's especially hurry to getting some fucking shoes on. Music in old Pokemon games is so charming. Not to say it's not also enjoyable and whimsical in new games, but I'd be lying if I said that being an old man who played these way back when, I don't have an extra nostalgia connection to them. Plus, I think there's something to be said for working through adversity opposed to an open field. They composed tunes when they had like 2 notes at a time to work with, and so that forced them to make very melodic and memorable music, which holds up today. New games generally don't have that kind of thing. They're able to do so much more all at once that they don't need to have a clearly defined and very easy to follow melody line. It's not a complaint, it's just an observation of how that's different from what I'm used to. Yay! Running shoes. Good thing they're not secondhand, you weird old man. He's basically grooming you. Hey kid, come, follow me around. Let me show you some new places on the town. Let me give you something. Don't tell your mother. Weirdo. Oh, look, there's more of it. Here's a map. It's got an X marked in the spot in the forest. Don't tell anyone you're going there. Leave your poker gear at home. Weird old man. Alright, so the items on the ground are also randomized. That's part of this randomizer rule set. Oh, hey, cool, a Wartortle that I also cannot catch. Sure does suck for me. I did say earlier that I'd be running from every battle, so bye. Max Elixir at this stage in the game is relatively overkill. I'm just going to run past this house and oh my god. Your house isn't that eye-catching, it's the same as all the others, it's just in a weird spot. But I'll take your box anyway. Thanks, dude. And you know we are collecting apricorns so we can get Kurt to hook us up later on in the game. So yes, legendaries can appear just randomly in amongst the grass. And sorry folks, that is why the entire planet's on quarantine. Can and will. There's enough legendaries back even in when there was only 4 generations of Pokemon that you've got decent odds you'll get them rocking up every now and then. Oh hey, Mr. Evis, that's cool. Sure is a shame I can't catch it. Apricorns are weird. They have really weird trees. Alright, this is the house of Mr. Pokemon, also known as Mr. Human in our world. It is a weird name for a person to give themselves, that's all I'm saying. We also have with us famed radio DJ, Oak. DJ Izoke in his house. And this guy has given me an egg and exclaimed that eggs are the most wild and incredible thing he's ever seen because he is not smarter than a 5th grader. I don't think Hoppips are that weird, Professor Oak. I think they're actually, like, super common. But hey, I'll take a Pokedex. Thank you. And another old man is grooming me. That is 3 in the first 10 minutes of this game. Someone call the ESRB. We need to change the rating on this mofo. And there's theft too. This game is just getting worse and worse. I would like to point out that the second I get to Goldenrod City, this playthrough is going to end, because I'm just going to start playing Voltorb Flip. And don't expect to stop. I expect to be playing a fair bit of Voltorb Flip, so look forward to that. That is going to be a good time for me, and here is another Registeel. Bye, Registeel. I mean, I did miss the, like, little dopamine hit of the original roulette games in the Pokemon's franchise, but I gotta be honest, Voltorb Flip's kind of my jam. Sometimes you'll be sitting and staring off into space and you'll be like, I want to just play a bad logic game. And that's where old mate Voltorb Flip comes in. No Sudokus for me today. No, we are flipping explosives. It's basically Minesweeper. Alright, we have a rival. We get to name him, and I'm going to name him that thing which is the bane of every Nuzlocke run. So, points to you if you can guess what Passerby Boy is going to be called before we get there. I remember the professor having one of those, kid. But sure is a shame for you that that's the one you stole. Nothing personnel, kid. I think this is the only generation where, like, the sound of the XP bar and the motion of the XP bar aren't in sort of sync. And it bothers me. It bothers me a lot. Now, here's the real unexplained question of this game. How did this guy get a trainer card? He stole his first Pokemon 2 minutes ago. Don't get it. Aren't those issued by the Pokemon professors? Was Elm like, look, I know you're stealing, but we still have to do this the right way. Let's just quickly fill this out. Honestly, wouldn't put it past him. Ah, I've tricked Mungabliss. He thinks that I'm going to name the guy Wonder G after Wonder Guard, but I actually have disabled Wonder Guard as an option. Now, here is me being racially profiled by a police officer. How dare you, sir? Thank you, Lyra. Extending that, that safe demographic privilege back to me. Nope, his name is going to be Crits, because we don't like getting them, certainly, and we don't like dealing them half the time, because we want to catch the Pokemon that gets killed by them. So, Old Mate Crits is our rival and the bane of our runs. It's worth noting that if I do fail in this endeavor, we're just going to go right back to the start. We will rejigger the seed so that we get new starter Pokemon options, and then we'll just fucking go. Anyway, Elm has gotten over that whole theft of a living being thing real quick. I wouldn't, I'm just saying, if my dog was stolen, and my friend came around and was like, hey, I met a celebrity, I'd be like, okay. Sure do wish I had my fucking dog, though. But no, Elm is already water under the bridge for that. Alright, everyone, let's just press A and just get through this. She means well. I'm more experienced at this than you are, lady. I don't want to put down your own capabilities, but I've done this a lot. I've done this quite a lot. You didn't do it too fast. You don't need to. Okay, guys, so let's just... If you've got a drink, now's the time to just... I'm having Bailey's with a little bit of watermelon liqueur in it. because I'm home and I have Bailey's and watermelon liqueur. So why not? I mean, I could make a proper cocktail, but Rattata used present. Randomizers are dumb. Honestly, Bailey's and a liqueur are always a pretty decent mix. Just make sure you have a lot more Baileys than you have of whatever flavor agent you're adding to it, and you'll be fine. And don't scull that shit, it will hit you harder than you think it will. Yeah. Man, this could really be seen as the bottom of the barrel in terms of, like, living your best life. At home, in a sweaty room, playing Pokemon, and telling people how to drink alcohol. Oh man. Oh man. That would have been real nice to catch. I would have been pretty pleased to have. On this, I really like Makuhito and Hariyama. If you watched my Emerald Nuzlocke, you will remember I actually had a shiny Hariyama that made it through the Elite Four with me. Don't care so much about you, Sharpedo. You're not a bad Pokemon, but you're a glass cannon, and glass cannons, they're not great in Nuzlockes. Bye! Well, there's a Sharpedo taken care of, and Hoppip gains a lot of experience. I don't quite remember what all the paths around here look like. Oh, there's another Shaman. I'm not sure on the settings of this randomizer. I thought I'd set it so that every Pokemon was always, like, completely random. But with that, I'm starting to wonder if perhaps it's actually set so that there's, like, a one-to-one swap, like, all Pidgeys are now Shaman or something. Well, that's going to be really useful if I get a Latios or Latias, but otherwise we're selling that shit. Yeah, I'm thinking that might be what it is. Oh well, that's fine. We're moving on anyway. Sorry, Shamans. I mean, why is it legendary? It's a little shrubbery. I kid. A lot of Pokemon are legendary just because they were like, why not? Look at Heatran. Gen 4's the king of, like, let's just make this a legendary. Why not? Fuck yeah, we get a Lilip in the team. Alright, so that thing's grass. It might be... it's grass rock, so I feel like Seed Bomb might just kill it, so we're just going to try to catch it. This will make it easier to catch. Alright. I'm getting some lovely affirmations from old mate Munjabliss saying that talking about Pokemon and alcohol is better than getting a virus. He is not wrong. I'm also being told that I shouldn't shit talk Sharpedo. Hey, don't worry. I'm going to get to some Pokemon whose designs I don't like, and some things are going to come out when I do. Alright, there are a lot of really cool Pokemon designs, and there are some Pokemon who I like who are in, like, not the best public perception. But there's some trash in amongst these treasures. Now, I'm not going to name names yet, but I'll be pointing fingers when they're standing in front of me, if you hear what I'm saying. Alright, we're going to try one more ball. If this doesn't work, I am going to have to Seed Bomb the Lilip. Alright, I tried to do this the fair way, but I guess some people only understand violence. Don't faint. Alright, cool. Alright, this is good. I can't use it again, and I've only got 2 more balls. But I feel good about this. I think we're catching him this one. Yeah, sleep is real useful when it comes to helping you catch something. Alright, Laleep and Crawdilly are cool. Back when I was still the kind of person who wrote Pokemon fanfiction, which was after I was the kind of person who did Pokemon Let's Plays, but I guess before I was the kind of person who did Pokemon Let's Plays again. So, sometime between 1 and 10 years ago, I did a relatively chunky Pokemon fanfic for NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month. And a large part of it was Steven digging around in the caves under Hoenn, where he found a giant, Crawdilly that had been alive since the prehistoric times and just kept growing. And he caught it, and it was super cool. Alright, Synchronize is not... Hang on, wait. Okay, Synchronize doesn't pass on Sleep. Or Frozen. How about that? Something new every day. Well, cool, I've got a second Pokemon. We've got 2 grass types, but hey, that's better than 1. And here is another Sharpedo. We are just going to punch it in the Sharpie face. I do like Sharpedo and Carnivar. They're neat little designs, and they fill a decent niche with their typing and stat arrangement. And I like a lot of Pokemon for their theming. Sharpedo's got a fun theme of being this little bullet shark that just shoots itself through the hulls of boats and shit. That's fun, you know? I like my Pokemon to be fun and engaging. I don't need it to be overwrought. That's not what we're here for. Everyone's brain has that sound drilled in perfectly. It's the kind of noise where you wake up at 3 a.m. and it's just echoing in your skull, and you're like, did I actually hear that, or was it just memories bubbling up? Alright, always buy your Pokeballs in lots of 10, because then you get a Premier Ball. And if you were to buy 20, you'd still only get 1 Premier Ball, which we're just not about that. So, you've probably noticed I'm not doing this as a super thorough playthrough. We're not going to be catching every Pokemon, obviously, because it's a Nuzlocke, but we're not going to be talking to everyone or collecting every item. This is a get to the goalpost situation here. We are trying to get to the end of the game. So I'm not going to train Crawdilly just yet. I'm going to say that and immediately make myself a liar. And it's not a Crawdilly yet, it's just Lily. I mean, listen to this. This slaps. A lot of the, starting a battle music is actually, funky. I like it. Oh, that's right. Trainers just have their normal Pokemon. That's the, I did say that earlier, and then I'd forgotten. But they still have jank moves. Thankfully, we're a rock type, so we resist that. And then we can not do any damage. Now you miss, you little dick rodent. It's going to be kind of hard to train this Laleep, isn't it? And, of course, you are definitely not getting my phone number. I don't remember if Soul Silver and Heart Gold have that little asterisk to the phone where you can only register 10 total people to it. And with both the professors, your mother, and there's one other, forced phone number, you only have 6 active slots where you can take, add trainers to them. And some of the trainers who ask are just garbage. They don't do anything. At most, they'll call you and be like, hey, rematch me. But there are, I think, this is ancient memories bubbling up here. I think there's 8 trainers who will sometimes call you and be like, hey, there's a horde of Ditto or a horde of Yanma in this area. You should come catch some. And those are the ones you actually want, because they're useful, unlike the other garbage boys who are like, hey, I almost caught a Pidgey the other day. And you're like, I almost told you to fuck off. But that kid's definitely one of the garbage ones. Sorry, kid. Oh my god. Oh no, drill peck, not horn drill. I've just got this intrinsic fear in me that something's going to go wrong at any moment in these kinds of runs, you know? Yeah, we're staying in. This Lilleep has slow XP gain, so this is going to be rough, I think. It's going to be hard to get this thing into being a giant plant monster. When did Sun and Moon come out? Like, half a year after Sun and Moon is when I wrote that NaNoWriMo Pokemon story. Because I used the concept of Ultra Beasts in it. It was fun, but very much the garbage downtime project of someone who was just trying to churn out 50,000 words about Pokemon. Which is why it's never really been published or spoken about in any sort of online format until now. Yeah, you won before because you weren't fighting the protagonist. Look at me, I wear different coloured clothes to you. I'm clearly superior. So pretty soon we're going to get to 2 new areas where we can catch Pokemon, and then right after that there's another 3. So if things go well, which there's never a guarantee of, we could actually have a full team by the time we're facing the first gym. I mentioned that this is attempt number 7 for YouTube's purposes. We're treating this as attempt number 1. The other attempts aren't going to be uploaded because they were very much me just remembering how to talk, because that's not something I have to do in my personal or professional life very much. But in none of those attempts did I have anything even approaching a full party. That Chatot looks mean. Why is he squinting? This is why he's looking mean. Alright, so he did 6 damage last time. He's going to do 6 again. So long as he doesn't crit, we're fine. Yeah, damage variant, like, variable damage numbers don't come into play very much at low levels. Okay, I am unsatisfied with this interaction. Why is this Chatot being mean? Seriously, do they normally squint like that? It's throwing me off. What is with this really angry little bird? I would have been very upset if this Chatot had taken out my fucking Lilleep. Alright, which way is the quickest way out of this patch of grass? Back down. Okay, we are already back to go heal. I could use one of my potions, but money's pretty tight at the start of this game. From memory, this is actually one of the easier games to Nuzlocke, but it's got a somewhat sparse early game where you don't have that many options, so you can end up in a rough situation if you aren't patient and reserved over your first few locations. Also, this is the only Pokemon game, I think, where you can toggle run on and off, and I think that's just a travesty. I don't understand why Game Freak introduced phenomenal quality of life or engagement or like immersion parts of the game in subsequent generations, and then dump them for different things. Like, imagine a Pokemon game that didn't have any new features, but was instead just like a best of all previous games. This chick's not a trainer, but she tells me what trainers be do. If this guy just announced himself as a bug trainer, if he does not have at least one bug, we're gonna... Oh, cool. Oh yeah, they're default Pokemon. Right. I'd already forgotten. Again. Well, that's fine. Yeah, imagine a Pokemon game that was just greatest hits of Pokemon. There wasn't anything, like, phenomenally new or out there. It was just a collection of the best bits of other Pokemon games, like your Pokemon following you. That is clearly what makes this the best Pokemon generation. Just that feature alone. There's a lot of other things, like, I love the Olympics, I love Voltorb Flip, I love Kanto in this and everything, but, you know, it's all about getting followed by your Pokemon. There's other features in other games that, like, should have just become part of the franchise, and then weren't. But hey, they're the guys at the helm of the world's greatest, most profitable media venture of all time, and I'm just some guy in quarantine. So, perhaps I should not be the one throwing stones. Although, frankly, if official representatives of Game Freak and the Pokemon Company came around and just started criticizing bits of how I live my life, I'd honestly just be touched that they were paying the attention. Alright guys, new Pokemon, here we go. Okay, it's not gonna have teleport because it's got a random moveset. Alright, I worried for a second. Wow, it really doesn't have teleport, huh? Well, this is going to hit neutrally, so I might as well just stay in and hit it with Rock Throw. Because that physical move ain't going to do much coming from an Abra. If I can pop this thing in a Premier Ball, I'd be quite pleased. I love the look of the Premier Balls. Nice! Right after I threw it, I went, I should have put it to sleep with Hop-Hip. But no need, we're good. Alright, that's pretty good, that's pretty good. So let's see what ability old mate Diggy has. Fucking randomizers. Flame Body Dig Abra. Okay, that thing's gonna be a bit rough to train, so we'll put a pin in it. What's this? Razor Fang. I'll take that. That's either crit or flinch. I don't remember which. I think it's crit, this one. Flinch. Actually, flinch isn't very good with leap. And Hop-Hip has Serene Grace. So, alright, here's another Pokemon, perhaps. What do we got? What do we got? Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah, level 2 Tyranitar! Rock Throw isn't gonna kill it because it resists. Snatch isn't gonna do anything because I'm not using a stat move. I kind of want to be worried about a crit. Like, it just feels like now's the time it'd happen. It's got a low catch rate, so I do need to hit it. Just don't kill it. Alright, we're good. I was so ready to I told you so myself on that one. Oh, in full disclosure, I have buffed the minimum catch rate, so if there's a legendary or something, I have a chance of catching it. But it's set to a 2 out of 4, so it's still not huge on the scale. It's just one step higher than it would be. I think that comes into play with this Tyranitar. I don't remember if the pseudo-legendaries are at a 1.5 or a 2 on the scale. But I don't want to pretend that this is luckier than it is or anything in terms of catching the Tyranitar, so I wanted to disclose that. Let's go! Yeah, we got a Tyranitar. Now let's have a look at him, see what ability he's got. 4 Pokemon so far, this is... okay. I forgot that Rock Wrecker was an attack. I'm gonna be real with you. Alright, well that's definitely a Pokemon we can use. So is Abra, if Abra can get moves that aren't a 2-turn physical attack. Whoopoo whoopoo blunk. Oh, fuck yeah! That's awesome! Is that one Confusion? Yeah, Confusion. Man, there's so much just like old knowledge locked away up here, you know? Now I know what that looks like. I am going to switch immediately to Hop Hip. This is just... He's level 2. He's got to get some XP. Oh, cool. The man has 4 Caterpies. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so now... I actually think that the level 2 Tyranitar will be fine facing this Bug Trainer if he's at full health. So, I'm not going to switch in on these bugs because it is Rock Dark, which means Mega Horn would deal neutral damage, but I'll KO it with Hop Hip and then swap back to Tyranitar and leave it in. It's not going to one-hit KO it, but there's a possibility that Mega Horn could two-hit KO, which is why I have played it safe. Go, my mountain destroying level 2. Now, an epic battle between Big Rock Dinosaur and Caterpillar. This round goes to Dinosaur. Tyranitar's a super cool pseudo-legendary. Even though I like a lot of the later pseudo-legendaries, like Salamence and I don't mind Garchomp, though I do kind of resent it for just outclassing Flygon in every way when Flygon's cooler. It is a bit of a shame that for a long time they just went back to Dragon Flying and didn't iterate. When, like, Rock Dark, that's a sick typing, that's a cool Pokemon. And, like, later on we get Dragon Dark, awesome, things like that. I like my weirdo Pokemon with weirdo typings. Like, Galvantula is a top 3 Pokemon for me. This big electric spider thing, awesome! Nothing wrong with the classics, of course. Top 1 is Dragon. Nah. I said that. Alright, you are not getting my phone number. I am going to leave now. Stay away from me and my kids. You have anything for me? Nope, you just tell me about Faulkner. Alright, so... Hi, give me the versus recorder and then leave. she catches up to me, it's like, oh my god, he's got a fucking Tyranitar! Run, Meryl, run! Sorry Lyra, you're already very outclassed by me. Shard de Berry. Shard de Berry. I'm not giving you shards, and I don't need berries. Alright, so, look at all these people we're not going to talk. Oh my god, Tyranitar, don't jump on the table, it can't handle that. Alright, so there are 3 locations we can currently go to get Pokemon. One is the route just to the south, one is Ruins of Alph to the west, and that's where we're going now. The third, of course, is actually Sprout Tower to the north. I'm going to leave the route alone for now. Well, like, this is probably the only time I'm going to go to Ruins of Alph, so I feel comfortable just sort of knocking that out quick as we can. Alright, I do see that fun visual glitching. These things happen when you're playing a emulator. Easy fix, save, reload, and it will all be okay again. DS emulation's gotten a lot more stable from last time I looked into it, it seems, but especially when you're, like, editing files in the game, you kind of have to just roll with the punches. That this kind of thing is going to happen, so we just pump that back in, and we're good to go again. So I actually prefer Soul Silver, that's the one I played originally, but I do think Heart Gold makes more sense narratively, just because the Kimono Girls going to the Sacred Tower and stuff, it just makes a bit more sense than them going to a undersea cavern, the bottom of the ocean. This is a very easy puzzle to do when you have a mouse. Gasp. Sure is a shame that none of the trained archaeologists here could figure that shit out. Alright, so, party member number 5, potentially incoming. An Unknown report. Look, man, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think I'm gonna see an unknown in here. I'll take that. Quagsie's cool. Big dopey face. I'm not leaving Tyranitar in against it, though. We are going to... Yeah, Laleep. Laleep doesn't take extra damage from either of its typings. Don't appreciate that, but whatever. Alright, we are switching off of Laleep. Thank you, Laleep. That's fine, we'll just put it to sleep and just try to catch it raw dog style. This guy's got moves. He's schmovin'. Expect me to get a Pokemon's gender wrong consistently. Just perpetually, because I don't check, and then I'll say something that uses a gender, and then I'll be like, I wonder if I got it right, and that's when I'll look. So, it's just the way this is gonna go. Now that we've all accepted it, we can move on and catch this Quagsire. Bing! I am really lucky that I went with the starter that got Sleep Powder. Sleep Powder is a bonkers useful ability when it comes move. Like, yeah, it's inaccurate as all get out, but damn is it helpful. Okay, yeah, I knew I wanted to just not take the fight, but at the same time... Oh, what's this? Cool music. Let's all just take a minute. Just enjoy the tunes. Not really a move, I think, evocative as Hand Wing Lugia. Pokemon 2000 is, in my opinion, one of the best Pokemon movies. It does a lot to make Lugia a really cool Pokemon. It's like, why is it psychic flying? just putting it out there. It's called the Beast of the Sea, and it lives at the bottom of the ocean in Whirlpool. Actually, Seafoam Islands, not Whirlpool. Or is it Whirlpool, not Seafoam? Yeah, Seafoam's in Kanto. Whirlpool is Johto. Yeah, okay. I think. We are switching if we don't KO it with this. He hit 5 times. You better let me hit 3. Good. I did it. I beat the legendary. We're finished, everyone. Soul Silver has been conquered. That is a very nice level up. Sure is a shame that every rock move is inaccurate as shit. Honestly, sorry Rock Wrecker. I forgot you existed, and the reason is because no one would ever use you. We're playing it safe, boys and girls. We're not leaving Tyranitar at the front. Alright, so at this point, I actually have a party of 5. It's not the most varied. I haven't even looked at Quagsire's ability yet. But it covers a decent spread. They're all a bit low level, like equal level to the wild Pokemon around me, which isn't the worst thing in the world, mind you. Like, I can persist with this. I don't want the playthrough to just be me grinding for like 9 hours and then breezing through content until I start getting caught up to in levels and then grinding again. But there will be a bit of that. Oh, it's got its actual ability. Okay. I mean, I don't really expect that to be relevant. Alright, class, say goodbye to the ruins of Alph. I don't expect to be returning. One thing I quite like about Johto in particular is that each town has like a thing, not just a theming, but like a central location or idea or expression. There's the lighthouse, there's Sprout Tower, there's the Kimono Girls Theatre, which also is in the town with the Twin Towers. So, you know, that place is just overflowing with stuff. There's Dragon Lake, there's all sorts of neat things. I find this generation, like, each location sticks out in my head better than most others. Particularly later generations, like, they all look nice, because they're all 3D and they've got stuff that look cool, but they don't have any, like... Maybe it's unfair of me to say. I feel like there's not as much thought put into making them unique and key places in their own right. But that could just be that because I'm an older player, I wasn't connecting with them as much as I was with these ones, and I haven't spent all the time with them as I have with these, you know. I've been a fan of Pokemon Silver since Silver came out, which is a lot longer than I've had to be a fan of other Pokemon games, just by its nature. I should have mixed up my order. So this is not a great place to train, like, any of my Pokemon. Good God, I do not relish this type setup. But, yeah, this is fine. I'll just churn through these. Tyranitar will completely punk Faulkner. Did you just cross poison on me? You did. Cross poison is kind of evocative for a Bellsprout. It works thematically. Good lord. Jesus Christ. 1 hit point. Well, good news everyone. My starter isn't a smoking crater in the floor. I'm hoping that Giga Impact will chunk it. I don't really expect it to, though. Oh, pleasantly surprised. So if you watched my very old Pokemon Let's Play, you'll know that I did that one in set mode, where you didn't get the opportunity to switch between Pokemon turn to turn. Yeah, nah, thanks, I'm good. We are taking it a bit easy with this one. Randomizers are hard enough as it is, so we're just doing it with Switch. Thank you. Oh yeah, I guess it is a fucking Tyranitar. Its base attack is sky high compared to everything around me right now. I fought hard. I don't know, man. That did not feel weak, what you did to my fucking Hoppip. Let's just pop him up the front. I think we all know that Tyranitar is suddenly the star of this team. Oh, new Pokemon. Here we go. Number 6. Oh, what a disappointment. I mean, we'll catch it, sure, but... You know, it's... Yeah, look, no one... Is there anyone who's like, a Clamperl? Fuck, I love Clamperl. Did you know it can evolve into 2 Pokemon? You know, kids aren't gathering around at the playground going, oh, what did you turn your Clamperl into? Oh, I turned mine into a Huntail. Oh, I turned mine into a Gorbis. Amazing. Yeah, sorry Clamperl. No one froths you in your evolutionary line. You prick. I don't think I deserved that, just because I was smack-talking it a lot. Fuck. I was keen to use Crawdilly. Ah well, what you gonna do? We've caught Clamperl. What do you mean psychic powers? It does not have psychic powers. It does not evolve into a psychic type. It does not get many psychic moves. This is fucking lies. This is Psyduck all over again. Make a big deal of Psyduck's psychic powers. Ooh, it has psychic powers. What makes you say that? It can learn confusion. Fucking psychic my ass. Sorry, Laleep. That's a bummer. Alright, mark it up. 1 down. Still got a party of 5. But I do not want to use a murderer, Clay and Pearl. Look at this super fast text speed that this randomizer set gave me. I was looking through what I could change with the randomizer, and it's just randomly like, you want a fastest possible text speed? And the answer is yes, of course I want the fastest possible text speed. I've read it all before, guys, and I imagine a sizable portion of you have too. Those of you who haven't, I doubt watching this for the, oh yeah, Pokemon vibes. Spooky plate. Haunted hot dogs on the spooky plate. Bellsprout. Bellsprout's cool. People like Bellsprout. Rock type. Half expected the bastard to whip out Frenzy Vine. Frenzy Plant. But no cross poison, we'll take that. Oh man, what am I going to do against a Bellsprout? Can you stop missing? And why do all of these Bellsprouts know cross poison? I don't know. I mean, this is an awkward place for my current team to, like, fight through. I don't have any, like, solid responses to grass types, so I'm just going, well, Tyranitar's got a base attack of 100 and something. Yeah, there was a time where I remembered everyone's, like, base attacks, base speeds, and, like, could roughly calculate in my head, oh, this'll 2-hit KO, this'll 3-hit KO. Oh, I'm gonna need to be careful with this one. This one's not gonna go down. I've lost a lot of that. Sorry, everyone. I know you expect more from me, but you shouldn't. Every now and then I'm just going to stop talking and just enjoy the tunes. Even if they're music that's been playing all game, like, just generic trainer fight theme is still... Sometimes I feel like nostalgic's not quite the right word. Nostalgia implies a sort of warmth and comfort in it, but I want something that more leans into that part of the definition, you know? Comment in this web zone if you can think of better words to define that feeling. I'm sure at a certain point in this Let's Play I'm just going to be talking about anything that catches my fancy. You know, you'll get media recommendations further down the line, but I feel like it'd be a bit of a disservice to start talking about Worm by Wildbow in the first hour of this video, so... My current intent, and you'll know whether or not I've done this correctly, is to break this down into hour chunks. So, as mentioned earlier, I am streaming this on Twitch, but my intention would be, like, every hour, roughly. Step back, take a break, get some fresh air. Oh, hey, look, it's Crawdilly. Hi, Crawdilly. But, you know, maybe I won't be feeling that in 8 minutes when I go for that break. We'll see. I'd still probably pause the video and do another intro just so that you can get those early, those late 2000s vibes again. Ooh, this is a higher level Bellsprout. I don't like this. It might have more moves. drop its speed with Rock Tomb anyway, just so if I need it to be a concern. Damn, that did a lot. And it still just uses Cross Poison. It's a shame that my Tyranitar's only got rock-type attacks. I wish Snash was replaced by something, you know, like a Night Slash would be probably too good to be true. But, oh, it's fine, we'll just keep grinding. We'll get there. Tyranitar's the only guy that's going to do any fighting in Sprout Tower. Fuck it. I'm not above playing Pokemon like a 5-year-old who's seen a Charizard for the first time, you understand? Alright, so Rock Tomb almost KO'd it. Anyway, Rock Blast might if it hits like 3 or 4 times. Or if it crits, that works too. That's one of those situations where I'm not deeply unhappy to see a critical hit. It is my head that is bright. Imagine theming an entire building over, like, fucking Bellsprout. It's very creative, I'll give him that, but just imagine being that guy. Like, hey man, you know what's cool? Bellsprout. You mean Victory Bell? No. Victory Bell's a hole, okay? You see that thing? At 8 its trainer in Team Rocket last week. No, I'm talking Bellsprout. Just raw, unfiltered, 3rd level Bellsprout. I've convinced myself that it's actually fine. That's all it takes. Sage Troy isn't really living the life though, coming out here with a hoot hoot. So normally, that would be an escape. I pointed, guys, so see where I pointed? That would normally be an escape rope. So that I could just get out of here. It shows him using it, so that you go up and you pick it up, and you're like, oh, escape rope. He teleported out because he used the escape rope. I understand. A clever little bit of, like, teaching the player how the game works without explicitly going, oh, you picked up an escape rope. Did you know if you use it from your inventory, you'll return to the start of a location? Instead, it just sort of shows you how someone uses it, puts one near you, and then when you use it, you put the rest together yourself. A clever little bit of game design, but instead it was a Cherish Ball. Not complaining. Another Pokeball's always useful. I'm not alone in, like, really digging the original Pokemon noises, right? Like, some of the charm was lost for me personally when they took out these, like, 8-bit chiptune chirps and squirks and put in actual animal noises. It's like, where's my Rhyhorn Charizard having the exact same cry, huh? Why you gotta make him not the exact same fucking noise? Look it up, they are. I don't like that I've missed a couple of those moves. That's the problem with Rock-type. Every fucking attack is not that accurate. And I'm no dummy. I know that Razor Leaf has a heightened critical hit ratio. So, play it safe, and you stay in the fight. Yeah, just Rock Blast again. Fuck it. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. I think he's got a Hoodoo as well, doesn't he? Ding! Tyranitar's the new starter, everyone. Ooh. Oh! Power Gym. We're giving up on it because it's a special attack in Tyranitar. Don't play that. Sorry. I know at these low levels it doesn't matter as much, and it is more accurate, so I could have just, like, slapped it in there, but, okay. But, nah, we're good without it. Gee, I wonder if it'll survive. Staggering. Well, we're playing on easy mode, guys, because we got a Tyranitar. I am skeptical that this technical machine is actually Flash. Why are you telling me to use it on a Bellsprout, bro? Ooh, Shadow Claw. Okay, oh yeah, that's another thing. Every Pokemon can learn any TM attack. I mean, do I really want to make my Tyranitar this unstoppable this quickly? The answer is I do, but I'm going to hold off. We need to show at least the barest modicum of restraint. Alright, so there's like 2 minutes on my timer, which I set to be just over an hour. So we've probably just crested the minute mark. That's okay. I'm not super strict with my time limits. I used to be, of course, because YouTube only let you have a 10-minute video and then a whole 15-minute video. So I remember that shift blowing my mind and being quite proud, unironically, that I was one of those people who could upload 15-minute videos. But nowadays they don't give a fuck. So I'm fine if this video takes a little bit longer and then gets uploaded. And since, you know, I've got a Tyranitar anyway, this gym's not going to be very hard, guys. So we'll do the gym and then maybe finish this episode. Man, I understand. I watch a lot of YouTube videos myself. I get it, man. I do. But I do want to just, like, check in. You could be watching something, like, enriching right now. You understand that, right? Like, you could go to Netflix. I'm assuming you have access to it. You could watch, like, I'm not talking about, like, some lofty intellectualism. But you could watch something with, like, a bit more of a point or, like, production value. Close Encounters of the Third Kind's on there. You can watch that. You can watch actual Pokemon media. I think there are some Pokemon movies on it. No, I'm not saying I'm unhappy that you're here with me. I'm actually very much appreciative. But, like, there are other things you could do with your time. And I don't want you to just sort of mindlessly do this. Man, if only there was a way to get through this gym without battling the trainers. Also, low-key, Faulkner stole Misty's gym design. It's the exact same layout, just elevated here instead of in a pool. It's important to me that you know that. Oh my god, this guy's got 2 Pidgeys. I like to imagine that these bird Pokemon that Faulkner has from his dad, that they used to be like the absolute top shit. They used to be insanely good. But now they're like in their 60s in Pokemon years, and they're just like de-evolved. They're so old and decrepit. And he's still hanging on. Like, one of them's got dementia, one of them can't see very well. It's got, like, cataracts swimming in both eyes, and Faulkner's still like, these are my dad's bird Pokemon. They're my dad's very good bird Pokemon. Respect me. Like, there used to be, like, a Skarmory that was just, like, top shit, and it's just dead. It's just passed away. Like, Faulkner's really broken up about it. Like, the meat bits of it rotted away, and he's just kept the skeleton, the big steel bits. And it's like, these are my dad's birds, and I'm about to just fucking ruin them. Like, look at this Pidgey's like, it's got bald patches. It's like missing a foot. Poor Faulkner. All of his Pokemon are utter shit now. I'm really annoyed that he went with Sand Attack. It's like, he knows he's not going to win, so he's just trying to inconvenience me. He's like, well, hey, how about we just make you more inaccurate? The win... Finally, is it? Faulkner, I think maybe you're overexcited, buddy. I could be using the less inaccurate attacks, but I'm just pressing A here. There's no threat from this Pidgeotto unless it busts out like a horn drill or something. Alright. Wow, he bows out gracefully, guys. Thank you, Faulkner. I mean, I am impressed with the construction of his gym, and if you look in the clouds in the background, like that area is like set to the clock of wherever you are. When I made the earlier attempts, that was bright because it was daytime. I don't think that TM contains Roost, bruh. Well, I would have preferred Roost over that. Oh well. Okay, well, let's go back and heal, and then we'll tag out. I think we're about to be given an egg, so we might as well do that. Have to go to the Pokemart for that. Hi, Professor. That's a really insistent dialing, isn't it? It's like, jeez, give me a second to breathe. This guy's gonna give me something from my mother. This guy's gonna give me an egg. We're gonna swap clam pearl out. That's what's gonna happen. We'll do that, and then we will end the video, I think. I mean, I'm not against the geishas being a thing and doing stuff. It's like, I've already considered in my head that this needs to end, and then these little pop-ups are happening. Yep, thank you. Isn't it a bit naff that if you get the complete decks, they cut down that dialogue a lot? She like refers to you by name. She's like, "Hey, you want to heal your Pokemon?" And you're like, "Oh, cool. That's like much faster, that conversation." But I've already done the complete decks at this point, so like I'm not just randomly needing to go to the Pokemon Center very often. Bit silly, bit silly. All right. Anyway, that concludes part 1 of Let's Play Pokemon Heart Gold Randomizer Nuzlocke. I hope you've enjoyed yourself as much as I have. It's been a good bit of fun to do this with you, and I hope that I will have the energy and effort to do more. I certainly have the time, thanks to the global quarantine going on. Stay inside, kids. Just watch more of my videos instead of going out and getting your grandparents sick. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you later.